What would you change? Both of y'all, what would y'all change in the sport of track and field right now?
The money. I definitely would change the money. I'm definitely I'm going to be, as much as I can, the athlete's advocate. I feel like a lot of them are getting robbed, man, on the highest level. Even for our biggest stars, I feel like even Noah, for what he signed, I still think is underpaid compared to the professional sports in the world. You know what I mean? And not saying that we can't compete, and that's why I would want some of the ledgers to be exposed, because you look at some of these meets are packed. You know what I mean? I mean, packed to the brim, like, you know what I mean. So, and you see the ticket costs and the sections what they're sold at. I'm pretty sure you can pay the athletes more. I'm going to always be on that side of the athlete.
Money's a good one. Yeah, I don't want to steal his idea, but money's so good. Part of me thinks, I think we need more creative groups to give the athletes the space, the exclusivity, the untouchable status. Because Noah, a few years ago, actually this was last year, I think, was talking about we're one of the few sports that has a professional world champion lining up against a high schooler. And while I do think it's cool to have Nicholas Arbor from South Carolina race against Noah in a 60, where are they in comparison? It sort of dilutes the ultra elite nature of the athlete. You look at basketball, who are they playing against? NBA players. Where do they go when they get to the stadium? They drive into these private areas so they don't get assaulted, and the guards guarding them, they go away. There's like this mysterious mystique about it. I think that people could do a better job, like hosts of meetings, could do a better job at giving athletes this space, this room to where they have, I'm kind of unfolding this idea as I'm speaking, so bear with me just a second, where they have like a higher level of exclusivity and not necessarily mystery, because the athletes are going to be themselves. They want to do what they want to do. But I do love the way that the NBA gives the athletes this next level ability to walk in with cool, clothes, whatever they want to bring. Like track kind of does that. They go away and they get big announcements. By the way, 2019 Doha introductions of sprinting and the athletes goated. We need to do something like that every year. That was just, let's take a crowd fund and invest 50, 60 grand in a short light show that doesn't look like it's just one of those like intro, things with two pieces of steel put together. Like, give it actual legs, give it something bigger that the stadium creates. I guess they did do that in Tokyo in the Olympics when there's like a light show on the screen. That's awesome. It's memorable. It's great. But there's so many ways to, this is the question, the $1 million question, what does track need to do to get better? Have an athlete with a perfect name for their event, maybe, that always helps. And to have them break a world record, it's just, you couldn't have created a better marketed athlete as Usain Bolt. But, unfortunately, the answer I have to that question is I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out every day. It helps to have stories out there is a big one too. Have the story told in good detail.
Absolutely. I agree. I think that marketing should be at a higher level in our sport. Even to the fact of if you simplify certain things about our sport, so you can attract other audiences to be able to come into our sport, right?
Sure.
When you're talking to the average fan, and I'm saying, when I say average fan, I'm saying it loosely, like people who say, oh, I watched the Olympics, or I've seen them run a couple of times. They know nothing about times compared to if you use miles per hour or points. You know what I mean? So I think our sport should go down a way to where, where it's maybe more team oriented, or you could see where numbers, points, miles per hour can also come into effect. Because to explain to somebody sitting next to you who's maybe come to a track meet for the first time, you're literally sitting there having a whole dialogue with them while you're watching a meet. You're going to be like, all right, this is 100 meters. It's 8 guys. Only one guy can win. Usually this guy can run 9.7. Is 9.7 fast? Oh, I don't know. So it's like you're going down the list of how to explain a sport in real time, where, if we sat and watched basketball for the first time and I said, Andrew, you never watched basketball? No. I could say, hey, all right, so on this arch, outside this arc is 3 points. Inside is 2 points. Go. You know what I mean? 4 quarters. Go. So I think that we should be able to take our sport and take it to a level where people will want to be attracted to it. And I think that's what's going to bring more dollars in there. That's what's going to bring more sponsorship, because then people can relate more to it and want to tune in more. Because we have characters in our sport. Let's be honest. Yeah. We have some crazy people in our sport who already have character. They're just not being portrayed or put into the spotlight the proper way.
Listen, to piggyback off of what you just said, man, our sport is a global sport. To be a global sport and for people not to have a basic understanding of just most of the, most commonest things of like the 100 meters or the mile or how fast things are, it's so crazy to me. Listen, my national sport is cricket. They don't even play cricket in the high schools. But if you go to a cricket match in Jamaica or Europe, bro, those stands are packed, bro. They are packed. You know what I mean? So when I look at something like that, and I'm like, track and field is global. I mean, everywhere. I mean, you go to Thailand all the way to Bali, and people know about track and field. I just think it's the undereducation of how we present it. The packaging probably needs to be different. The way we package the idea of track and field. Even on a grassroots level. I mean, like, as I went through college, I didn't know. As I got to every different level, and I don't know, maybe Justin, this is for you too. I didn't know, like, in high school, you could get a free education, right? You heard of scholarships and everything, but there you get a whole free education. Then you leave in high school, and then oh, wait, there's a shoe company that could possibly sponsor you. Oh, wait, you could travel the world doing this. You could travel the world 4 or 5 times before the age of 25, be well-traveled for free on somebody else's dime. Nobody knows that. Why aren't we telling our kids this in grade school? Oh, if you be a runner, you could do this in college. Or if you even go a step further, you can travel the world. You can see so much. You can do this, this, and that. And I think that's missing also.
Oh, it's missing 100%. I actually talked to a group of kids today, and they was asking me, like, how do you even turn pro? I was like, this is that part of track and field. I was like, because literally, like in football or basketball, they understand draft. We don't have that in our sport. Literally, the only thing I could tell that kid was run as fast as you can, and hopefully you'll get a phone call. And that on the other end of that phone is going to be a Nike rep, an agent, Adidas, Brooks, somebody that wants to sponsor you. You know what I mean? And it's done in a way where it's like so backdoor, back channel that
don't ask how they got your phone number.
Exactly. The phone number it's real. That's exactly how it happens, Andrew. And I think that should be changed too, because now if the kids at a younger age can understand how to get to a certain level, I think they'll take track and field a little more serious. They'll become a little more professional earlier. They'll try to be able to put their best out there without trying to run in the dark, basically, per se.
100%.